Okay, we'll see how fast this goes today. I will call the meeting to order, and we will start with silent meditation and the Pledge of Allegiance. And along with our first responders, I would like you to also remember last Friday was Veterans Day, and keep our veterans in your thoughts and prayers. If I'm allowed to say prayers. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item number 3, public comment. Is there anyone in the back wishing to speak? Okay, seeing none, then we will move right on. Motion to deviate from the order of the agenda. Motion by Devin Crejon, seconded by Milt. All those in favor, we can do this by acclamation. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number 5, Chairman's report. It kind of came to, I was looking through some minutes from some other things, and it came to my attention, if you're a chairperson on a committee, maybe you should read the minutes a little bit and pay a little more attention to them from what your committee produced, because there was one of them that I looked at, and I happened to notice that I think they had a wedding at the committee meeting, because the young woman's name up in the top in the block, her last name was one last name, and when she had her name down on the bottom as the person doing the recording, she had a different last name. So I don't know how that could happen without having a wedding or whatever, but it just makes you wonder then if somebody else does read them, they may wonder a little bit about, well, if that's wrong, what about the content? So just look at them a little more, and maybe we'll catch a few things like that here and there and eliminate them. If anybody's interested, we did approve the funding for repairing the west wall. If you can see, you have seen the grates are done, and along with the netting on top, but this is the wrong time of year to start a project like that of excavating, because it'll close a good chunk of the parking lot. So that will be started in the spring, is the reason you're not seeing anything there. There is a note on everybody's desk of iPad updates. So if you could fill that out and turn them in when it works best for you and Matt and the crew, and they'll get everything updated for everybody. And I also noticed there's been several times that the calendar's been sent out and redone again and corrected again and corrected again. So if you're the committee chair, could you maybe watch a little bit too if you move a meeting, or make sure that the department head notifies Charlene in the clerk's office ahead of time, instead of her putting in like the standard time and then, oh, it was moved, so now we got to do over, and a little better communication wouldn't hurt on that end. Now I better stop chewing everybody out. I thought it was awfully interesting, and I was going to bring this up for the whole board too. At Land Conservation, there was a woman there from the Fox Wolf watershed, and that covers a good chunk of our county and several other counties. And they were looking to see if we would hire another person in the Land Conservation Department to look at helping farmers get funding for cover crops. Because for some reason, the government handed out a big pile of money to try and get people signed up, for farmers to sign up for planting cover crops on bare fields. And they were hoping we would hire one more person, they would pay for it as part of that grant, but would only last a couple of years, and then the grant would be gone, and then the first thing we thought too as well, what do we do with the person then? But that's already handled by 2 other departments. You can get funding for that. So I don't know, there just seems to be money for everything. So if you hear a little more about it in the future, we'll run it through land conservation first and see if we even do it, because once you have it, as a lot of people know, that position seems to never go away then, once the funding is gone. And Jimmy did send out everybody one of his updates, that there is another possibility of funding that the county could apply for, and it would be $50,000 for this year and $50,000 for next year. And I don't have the complete acronym here. I think it's local aid. It's basically LACTIF funding, and it's when you've got tribal land in your county or you're adjoining a reservation, then there's a funding category for that they have too. And I'm not sure, I don't ever remember hearing of anybody getting an application for this, so I don't know if it's a first time thing for the county or whatever, but we are gonna get, you on, Jimmy?
We did get a word or a letter from the Treasury today that we were approved for the full amount. So,
Okay.
you know, it's good news, and it should be coming to us here in a couple weeks.
And if I remember right, the only requirements that come along with it is we can't use it for lobbying. Other than that, it's fair game for anything. So it'd be nice if they keep coming up with free grants like that to where there's no strings attached. But we got to get the check first too before we know we got it. Okay, and the last thing I have to bring up is as far as budgets go for this year, the sheriff's department is significantly over on their portion because of the gas prices, and the same is for highway. So we'll see what happens as it gets closer to the end of the year. We'll probably have to do a few budget adjustments there because, I mean, they have to have it, and we can't control the price of gas. Last few years, it's always been at $2 to $3 a gallon. Well, this year now they're paying $4 to $5, just like we are. So that may be coming up in the future also. Other than that, things seem to be going pretty decent. So we will move on. And at the same time now, you will see I have a consent agenda in here again. Lorenda wasn't able to be here today. She's out for a funeral. And I had spoke with Lorenda in the meantime, and what she had said the last time about zone changes and things like that, she had a letter from the Department of Justice, or a caption like from them that addresses consent agendas, and they thought you can't have anything like that on there because you're going to, they have to have some way for the minutes to record the discussions. And, well, I said to Lorenda, if it's on there and nobody brings up a bunch of questions and there's not a bunch of discussion, it doesn't break their rule then. And she agreed that as long as there's not going to be a lengthy discussion or anything about them, we could add them in and pass them under the blanket one. And the key to the whole thing is too, is if somebody does ask, if any one of you members ask and want to have an item that's on that consent agenda discussed separately, then in today's case, that's where we would use number 8, where it's discussion action on items removed from the consent agenda. And if nobody asks to have anything removed, well, number 8 is a moot point. You just move right on. So with that in mind, on the consent agenda is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Would any member like that removed to be discussed separately? Okay, seeing none. Resolution number 51-22 approves zone change for Glenn R. and Patsy Krieger. They are looking to move 3.031 acres from farmland preservation to agricultural residential for the purposes of building a house. And resolution number 52-22 is to approve a zone change for Mike Huffman, Huffman Land Surveying, the agent for Richard L. and Judith A. Roth. It appears to me that they would like to sell a small piece, and that one's in the town of Fairbanks, and that would be for the same reason, for home construction, to remove it out of the farmland preservation and move it to the other zoning district. Would anyone like either one of them removed for separate discussion? Okay, seeing none, then we will move on. Annual reports, Department of Human Services and the Corp Councils are there to be reviewed. Special order and appointments would be to reappoint Richard Klucksdorf for the Veteran Service Commission. Is there anybody that would like either one of them to removed? Okay. Acceptance of the committee minutes. Anyone like them removed? You would, Tess? Yeah. Okay, then we will discuss that at item number 8. So acceptance of the committee minutes will be removed from the consent agenda, and it'll be moved under to item number 8, discussion and action. Items removed from the consent agenda. Other than that, then if you are in favor of the consent agenda with the committee minutes removed, you would vote yes, and if not, you would vote no. Oh, yes, yes. Motion by Sandy, seconded by Randy Young. Okay, then if you are in favor of approving the consent agenda with the one item removed, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no.
Hold on just a second. Stanky and who's second?
Randy. And you have to remove, yep, number F, okay. Voting enabled. Rick? 23 yes, 0 no, with 3 absent. So the items on the consent agenda have been approved. Now we will, under item number 8, we will go through the committee minutes. Is there a motion to approve the committee minutes? Motion by Mark Wart, seconded by Kevin Conrad. Are there any questions or additions or corrections? Tess?
Yep. The minutes from the public safety meeting, it says that it was held in the James Stoltno Training Room, and that is incorrect. It
Oh,
was
because that's where dispatch is now.
held, right. It was held in room 7.
Okay.
So just make that change and we're good.
Okay. Are there any other additions or corrections? Okay. Then if you are in favor of approving the minutes as amended, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number 9, resolution number 38-22. Kara? Not letting you.
3822?
Yeah.
You need some help, Kara?
Come on up, man. Got her?
Yep.
Okay.
Resolution 3822 to correct official ordinance number for ordinance number 34-22. Shawano County Ordinance 3422 concerning the repeal of ordinance number 4-85 was inadvertently titled and recorded as ordinance 34-22.
Okay. One last boo-boo, I hope that we got it correct. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kathy, seconded by Devin Crejan. Is there any questions or comments? Okay. Seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 38-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Bill? 23 yes, 0 no with 3 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 10, resolution number 49-22. Carol?
To approve the state contract for Department of Human Services. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors this session, in session this 16th day of November 2022, that the 2023 state and county contracts for the Shawano County Department of Human Services with the State of Wisconsin Department of Health Services, Children and Families, Justice, Corrections, Administration, Transportation, Greater Wisconsin Agency on Aging Resources is approved, subject to the approval of the appropriate Home Committee and Corp Council, and that the County Board Chairman and the County Clerk are authorized to sign the 2023 contracts and any further addenda thereto.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Dennis Knack, seconded by Terry Tipton. Are there DHS, that would be you, Bill. Do you want to make any comments on it? No? It's just a standard annual contract? Okay. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 49-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Twenty-three yes, 0 no with 3 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 11, resolution number 50-22. Kara?
To accept a highway safety grant awarded by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 16th day of November 2022 that it does hereby approve the acceptance of the Wisconsin Department of Transportation grant for Shawano County in the amount of $25,000 for seat belt and $14,999 for OWI special enforcement operations to be used from October 1st, 2022 to September 30th, 2023, and consistent with the other terms herein above, submitted by the Public Safety Committee and the Executive Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Michael Stepecki, seconded by Teresa Serrano. Pretty much just the standard annual grants, George?
Yes, this is the one we get every year. They give us that money
For the additional time, just to enforce them specific items. Okay.
probably wait until January to start it. Because of, we're already over on gas.
Okay. Is there any questions or comments? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of accepting the grant, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no with 3 absent. So the resolution is passed. Item number 12. Well, we're going to have to stall if we're going to make even a half hour. Item number 12, report by the Executive Committee, General Counsel and Claims.
General Counsel and Claims, or October General Accounts to be paid, $263,173.97.
Okay. Is there any questions or a motion to approve, excuse me? Motion by Randy Young, seconded by Bill Swatala. Any questions or comments on paying the bills? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of paying the bills, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 3 absent. Item number 13, board member comments or new business to be considered at a future meeting. Is there anything anybody would like to bring up that they think should be on an agenda or be discussed, or? Okay, seeing none, then we will move along. Item number 14, claim report, County Board Supervisors, mileage and per diem. Did you have time to adjust it with 3 absent?
I did.
Okay,
Payout for the county board today will be $2,207.51.
is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kevin Conrad, seconded by Steve Geetz. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, and if you are in favor of getting paid for today's meeting, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 3 absent, so you will get paid. Next meeting date is December 31st, 2022. Oh, excuse me. 21st. You're getting too fast, I guess. Before I move to adjournment, I would like just a quick straw poll of the board. Do you think I should continue with that consent agenda? Or should we go back to the old way of every item separate? Continue with it? Okay, then we'll start working on revising, and it's, I believe, rule number 4. And that is the one that goes through each step that the board has to take in a certain order for the agenda. And we'll revise it to include the consent agenda and bring that forward. Oh. We do have a petition you'd like to have read?
We don't have any.
Oh, okay. I thought we covered it. Maybe I just checked it off. There were no readings of petitions, memorials, if I got too fast on that. So then we are up to a motion to adjourn. Motion by Tess, seconded by Kimberly. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.